Hey, it's Kim, and after an emotional week on the Eras Tour, people are wondering, is Taylor Swift okay? Recently, multiple outlets have reported that Taylor Swift and her boyfriend of 6 years, Joe, have split. And after that announcement came out, the press and fans were scrambling for more information. Now, some of that is because from the outside looking in, Taylor and Joe look like they have a beautiful relationship. We had seen Taylor go from heartbreak to heartbreak, and after her whole controversy with Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, her reputation was at an all time low. And then in came Joe, Taylor's muse and inspiration. He appeared to be a very supportive partner. He even wrote songs alongside with Taylor. He was very private about their relationship and didn't really speak to the press about it at all. And because of this, a lot of fans thought that he might just be the one for her. And I should note that some fans do not believe at this time that they actually have broken up, simply because we haven't heard an official statement from either Taylor or Joe about the breakup. Everything up until this point has just been sources. Now, whenever I see sources, that tells me that it's someone reportedly who is familiar with the situation, but it isn't an official representative or the person themselves. And sometimes they're just listed as sources because they need to remain anonymous for whatever reason. So whenever I see sources or an inside source, red flags go off in my head because you have to ask the question as to why that person would not be comfortable going on the record saying they know what they know. And there's a lot of answers to that question. So I'm not trying to say that if an inside source says something that they're lying, but it does raise some credibility questions. And a lot of the time when you have statements coming from inside sources, rumors start flying. And these rumors hit a whole nother level last week when Taylor Swift was spotted wearing her famous J initial necklace. A lot of fans believe that this necklace has been referenced in multiple songs, including Call It What You Want To, as well as So It Goes. It's a Tiffany's necklace that has a J initial on it, reportedly to reference Joe. So if the two of them were broken up, why would she be going out in public where she knew she would be photographed by paparazzi wearing this necklace? Now, I do have to mention that there are some fans that believe that this is a completely different necklace, so this whole theory could be a nothing burger. But regardless of where you stand of whether or not you believe that Taylor and Joe are still together, it does bear noting that she has been noticeably more emotional over the last few dates of the Eras Tour. Particularly where she was seen crying while performing Champagne Problems, which is a song that her and Joe wrote together, and the song is about a breakup. And Swifties have had a lot of questions regarding how she's doing, whether it be how she's coping with the breakup or coping about people talking about her going through a breakup. And this prompted one fan to break Swiftie protocol in order to ask Taylor a simple question: are you okay? Now, I have to give it to BuzzFeed News here for this article because I think they've summed this up beautifully. Reportedly, while Taylor was performing the song Delicate, which many fans believe is about Joe, a fan put up a sign that simply wrote, "You okay?" Now, this is important to mention because generally fans don't like signs because they obstruct views of people behind them. It tends to be a really uncool thing to do at these types of events, and Taylor in general does not usually respond to signs. But in this instance, she made an exception and responded with a very simple thumbs up. Now, in the BuzzFeed article, they also pulled up some comments from fans on TikTok, and I just have to say, I love these of just them saying, only time holding up a sign was fine, and flawless sign etiquette, and okay, signs aren't normally cool, but good for them for immediately lowering it, which they totally did. And of course, since this happened, the press has tried to find a spin on it. And I do want to say that because I feel like there's a little bit of dramatizing going on right now when it comes to this topic. Take, for example, this article from Elle, which says Taylor Swift's first Instagram post and comments after her Joe Alwyn breakup say a lot. This is the Instagram post, everyone. And it reads, "Still buzzing from those 3 shows in Tampa. Thank you to the unforgettably epic crowds and to Aaron Dessner for coming out to play twice with me. We've been dreaming about that for so long. So grateful for the memories we're making on this tour." And the pictures from this post are literally just pictures of the show. Also, comments on the post have been limited, so there are no comments. I'm failing to see how that post and comments refers to the breakup, but okay. But I think the closest thing we have to a personal statement from Taylor Swift was something she said at the last show she did in Tampa, where she was quoted as saying, "I'm really loving this tour. It's become my entire personality, and I've always loved putting on shows. Always loved that connection. Knowing you have felt the same way. I need you guys very much for my well-being." And the reality is, at the end of the day, that's what we've got. We've got a thumbs up, and we've got Taylor saying that she's loving her tour. Everything else right now is speculation. Everything else is coming from outside sources. None of it is coming directly from Taylor or Joe. I think part of why this story is becoming so big and why there's so much speculation is because Taylor and Joe have done a very good job of keeping their relationship private over the last 6 years. All we're left with is speculation. All we're left with is Swifties trying to analyze everything and finding Easter eggs. And that is not to say that Taylor Swift has not left a lot of messages and Easter eggs and that she doesn't know how to communicate with her fans, because she absolutely does.
And then all I started thinking of was, how do I hint at things? Like, how far is too far in advance? Can I hint at something 3 years in advance? Can I even plan things out that far? I think I'm going to try to do it.
Things are going to be blown out of proportion. Things are going to be embellished. People are going to speculate. And until we know exactly what's going on directly from Taylor or Joe, this speculation will continue. And I have to be honest with you. While I was researching for this video, I saw a lot of what I would consider to be crap reporting. And what I mean by that is that the majority of the articles that I saw that had to do with Taylor's breakup were written by AI. They were taking their sources from something like a podcast, and that was it. There was nothing credible. There was nothing that I felt confident in being able to come on here and say, this is the truth of what happened. So unfortunately, the only thing I can tell you with certainty is that only Taylor and her inside team knows if she's okay. Only Taylor and Joe and their close circle know what's going on in their relationship. And in my opinion, a lot of news outlets right now are writing their own fan fiction versions of their breakup. I think we're just going to have to kind of sit back and wait for more information to come out, more credible information, as well as Taylor just sharing things from her perspective as well as Joe. I know in time everything will come out, but right now everything's not out. And as far as Taylor Swift is concerned, she is hitting that stage every date, giving it her all and putting on a fantastic show. My personal opinion, from the outside looking in, I think Taylor is going to be just fine. She's going to figure things out. Joe's going to figure his own stuff out, and things will work out the way they should. Well, that's the video, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you really like this video, feel free to check out our membership option here to join my community of Space Angels. I post extra content just for members every week, and I would love to see you there. Well, that's it. Much love. Bye. I honestly don't know how I get any work done. When you sit like this, and you are so freaking cute. Lacey, do you understand how adorable you are when you sit like this?